What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys this morning. Man, how do you spend your time? How do you spend your time? You know, it's a trip because they tell you that, man, you need 8 hours of sleep. And then most people, man, they got a job. You know what I mean? And so most people are trying to get 8 hours of sleep. And then they got to work 8 hours. Stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. You sleeping for 8 hours. You're at work for 8 hours. That's not even counting the time. That's 16 hours, put it that way. That's 16 hours. That gives you 8 hours left. Okay? It's 24 hours in a day. You sleep for 8 of them. You're at work for another 8 minimum. That's 16 hours. That's not even counting the time it takes you to get ready when you get up in the morning after your sleep, brushing your stanky ass teeth, washing your ass, cooking you something to eat, whatever it is you do, man, sitting on your, getting your coffee ready, your lunch, whatever. Man, that's not even counting all that time. That's not even counting the time it takes you to commute to get to work. You're at work on the clock for 8 hours, but you got a lunch break that you don't count that. You know what I mean? How much time? How do you spend your time? How do you spend your time? And then you got to come home. And after you come home, man, you got to, if you're a single parent, man, it's on the grind. You know what I mean? You cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids and all that, washing clothes, all that shit, right? Cleaning up the kitchen, whatever it is that you do. That's not even counting the time that you spend on your telephone, on social media, or watching TV. How do you spend your time? Where does your time go? Most people have no idea where their time goes. Most people are so stuck in the matrix, they're completely oblivious to how they're living their life, how they're wasting time. And so most people I talk to, man, I got time for growth and development with the woo. Man, I'm on my grind. And again, 16 hours out of the day is shot. Work, home, sleep. Preparation for work, coming home for work, trying to get something to eat, washing your ass, spending time with the kids. And if you're in a relationship, man, now you got to spend quality time with somebody else. Now you got to make sure that they good. What about you? If you're coming home and you're trying to take care of a sick loved one, or you have a child that needs your attention, where does your time go? What about you? And most people, the trip is, man, our only break, our only peace is when we're in the shower. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not even in. I remember when I had my kids little, my younger two especially, or my older two. And I was a single parent. I came home from work, man, picked them up, came home, make sure that they're doing their homework, cooking, cleaning, and just making sure they got their bath, making sure they got their clothes ready. Man, my day was gone. I had no time for me. Put them to bed, man, now it's time for me to go to bed. I'm trying to unwind. So I'm drinking some wine to help me chill the fuck out. Helping me decompress. What are you doing to help you relax? There's a lot of people popping pills because they can't sleep. There's a lot of people popping because they can't relax. Their mind won't shut off. And our mind doesn't shut because we're on go so fucking much. How do you spend your time? Where does your time go? See, the truth is, everybody's given 24 hours in a day. Everybody, no matter how rich you are, how poor you are, everyone has the same amount of time. The question is, what are you doing with your time? How are you using your time? See, a lot of us, we spend 10, 12 hours on a job. After trying to sleep 8 hours, that's 20 hours a day. That's 20 hours of your day shot. We can't heal, we can't grow and develop because we don't put in the time. We don't make the time. Because we think, man, I gotta do this. This is the most important thing for me to do. And we get stuck. We get stuck on that. Man, we have to change our thinking. We have to change our perspective. I remember as a supervisor, I was salary. I only had to work 8 hours a day, but I was at work 12 to 14 hours a day, sometimes pulling a double, 16, 17 hours. Because I was trying to show my commitment to the company. Man, that was foolish as hell. But I had to learn through it. I had to grow through that. I had to do that to understand, man, this motherfucking company don't give two fucks about me. You know what I mean? When I'm gone, they're going to have somebody else in this spot. Why am I killing myself for this fucking company? What are you killing yourself for? Is it really worth it in the grand scheme of life? How important is your growth and development? How important is your healing? Is your healing a priority? And see, for most of us, our healing is not a priority. For most of us, our healing and our growth and development, man, it's not that important. Man, I gotta get my sleep and I gotta go to work. I gotta get on this clock. I gotta make this money. I gotta chase this bag. And that's your priority. That's your focus. Your focus ain't healing. Your focus ain't growing. That stuff is going to be there. It'll take care of itself. I posted something earlier on social media. Man, my vibe can't be explained. You know what I mean? My vibe, it can't be explained. You know, I can't tell you about my vibe. It has to be experienced. It has to be experienced. It has to be felt. It has to be seen. It has to be smelt. You know what I mean? You can smell my vibe. The aura. You know what I mean? It's like you walk into the place and it's like, man, the incense, the sage or whatever, the frankincense and the myrrh and the essential oils and all that other stuff. It's like going to the ocean. You could just smell it. It's, you know, been out in nature and the flowers and the trees. It's like, that's how my vibe is. It has to be experienced. But I've put in the time to get here. I've put in the work to get here. Where's your time going? At the end of the day, what are you going to have to show for it? I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.